So I got a big squeal in my ears. It just started like 45 minutes ago when I was at Walmart. And yeah, phone in airplane mode. Took a picture where I was at, and then I just get home and record myself. But and that usually helps. That's usually when they'll take it out, but nothing's immediate. If I'm not recording myself, it could be in for hours. And if I am, it's out in 15 minutes. But yeah, it doesn't feel good. It's very piercing. It's just directly in my eardrum. Feels like something's just nonstop pinging off. And obviously, it's relaying information, and they're just shouting. So they're using this like a cell phone signal, like communicating, but it is screaming at in my ear. So it's not any communication. It is an electromagnetic wave just screaming in my ear all day, and it's very fucking unbearable. The fact that I got to do this is crazy. Uh, but yeah, shit I got to put up with just to get to the bottom of this. So sometimes it just gets crazy old. It's like I don't even know. You call the police department as many times as you want, but they're able to just like let you sue them, and then in court play dumb and say he never came in and filed official reports. And it's like, yeah, I did. They wouldn't give them to me at first. Then they threatened to press charges if I called 911. They just literally didn't want me calling 911 anymore. That's why 911 wouldn't show up on my phone. I had to call about that. Why is when I call 911, it doesn't even go to my call log? It's like, dude, this is getting sketchy. While they steal recordings of me calling 911 off of my files from my home. So just sketchy bullshit like that. But yeah, what I have to do to get to the bottom of this shit is just obviously go through. I don't even know. It's stupid. I don't never get a second to myself. I don't ever get to just think or just, you know, be sitting here doing nothing. Serenity. There's always something pounding and yelling in my ear, and it grabs my attention. Now I'm constantly missing turns. I'm constantly can't remember nothing, and I'm just go go go. I can't just sit here calmly because I don't have an attention span. I don't have an environment where somebody's not shouting at me. It's literally like a kid shouting at you all day long. So just because they've hooked a line of communication up. So uh, that's the main thing is just fighting for mental freedom, just to be able to think. Just driving down the road. Sometimes I think back to when I used to do it and now, and I can still get there. Where I used to just drive and there's nothing going on, just driving home. Now it's just driving. You're just like waiting for somebody to scream in your ear. You just usually they hit me in the car because it's hard to prove your location in a car. You literally have to have a front and back dash cam. If you have a front looking at you, you might not know where you're at on that road, or you still will, but you don't want to. You want it to be better evidence. So yeah, they usually will hit me in the car, and it just makes me miss just being able to just relax and just sit back and watch TV. Now it's like somebody's trying to start a conversation. If I'm literally thinking like, okay, that was a dumb moment, they're like, why would you think that? I would think that, and it's just like, yo, shut up. And I know this all sounds crazy. It's just a form of torture that got hooked on me, but yeah, that's what I go through. With somebody trying to keep communication with me. See, the feeling is diminishing now. Let's see what they want to say. Can't do this on YouTube. So shot right to my front porch. This is why I do it on YouTube, is because it's just the easiest way to prove this shit. Because they steal my files. And I mean, when somebody steals something that like they want recordings and they want my videos, and it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna make sure I take a bunch more. So, uh, but yeah, you're fighting for mental freedom, just the fact to be able to think. It gets bad at times where I can't even think a thought in my head. If I have a good idea, just I can feel it just get right when I try to go back to it. Boom! It's got a blocker hidden, and then it'll also fill it up with junk information. I mean, it's that good. It'll stop your thought from happening to that section, and then it'll throw a bunch of junk information on the way there. And so you literally are thinking about the same thing you just thought about, but you can just feel all this dumb junk shit. And it's just bad. It sounds like it's not true, but it is. And it's people don't know how bad hacking is. And, hacking a person, and it can be as good as like let's say they wanted me to, I can't remember if it was buy the hammer or whatever. They wanted me to think of a hammer. So they throw a chisel and, a little mental image of a chisel with a little uh, brief hammer in the background that you might not notice, but then you'll see this chisel. You're most likely, your next thought is going to be thinking about your hammer because they had that in the background. And stuff like that is sketchy. Or they'll always say something to get, it's just shit gets bad. But it's something that's hard to learn about unless you go through what I went through. But you can't just Google the shit, but it's out there. Simba, come here. Simba, come. Simba, come here, bub. Simba, come here. I got buddies coming up. I'm gonna jump off YouTube.